That's our first episode done. Episode 2, Dungeons and Dragons. We start our journey to Bleak Falls Barrow. On the way, we encounter a couple wolves. Despite my warnings, Sayori tries to pet one of them. Obviously, this doesn't go very well. Natsuki, Monica, and I go in. The wolf didn't want that smoke. It's a really funny bit. Alright, so we're taking a right here. Are we there yet? No. We're gonna be following this path up the mountain. Are we there yet? No! Oh, wait. You all see that tower over there? Yeah, what about it? That's gonna be our first major hurdle. There's a handful of bandits holed up in there that are gonna attack us. What should we do, my dude? Well, that depends. Monica, how good is your aim? With a bow? Yeah, it'd probably be for the best if we can outrange them. Monica squints her eyes tightly. I assume to try and gauge if she can hit them from here or not. I can hit that guy laying on the tree from that outcropping of rocks a few meters ahead. Meters? I don't know how big those are! You mean that one? I point at an outcropping of rocks that I believe matches Monica's description. So, yeah, we got more, Western MC bit. Meters. What the hell is a kilometer? Yeah. Yuri, do you know any other spells besides Bound Dagger? I don't think so. Sorry. Fudge. My dude? Yeah, Natsuki? It's cold as tits up here! Natsuki! Oh my god. Natsuki got no sleeves! Like we needed a time constraint for this. Alright. We're gonna sneak toward the tower, and Monica's gonna take out the bandit on that tree. If we can do that quietly, we sneak toward the barrel on the right. If something goes wrong, Monica and I will have to rush into the tower and take care of the bandits in there. Alright. Wait, why you and Monica? Well, Yuri could probably help, but she doesn't have any armor. I'm not gonna ask cold as tits Natsuki to get in there. And any good fighter knows to keep the healer safe. Any objections? Alright, let's move. Monica and I take the lead, since we'll be the ones charging in if something goes wrong. We inch our way to the outcropping, with the tree man not noticing our approach. My dude? Yeah? I've never shot an arrow from a crouching position before. Oh. Well, just go ahead and draw the arrow back as far as you can, and if you do stand, do that after. Okay. Monica knocks her arrow and pulls it back as far as she can. Once she has a good feel for where she's aiming, she quickly stands up and assumes a proper archer's form. The bandit she's aiming for notices the sudden movement, but it's too late for him. An arrow is already heading straight for his head, and tango down. Stealth Archer wins again! Alright, you three sneak ahead of us, hug the rocks on the left, but do not go up the stairs if you see them. Monica and I will hold at the rear in case some bandits from the tower come looking. We managed to sneak our way toward the barrow itself without incident. Alright. There's way more bandits up by the actual barrow itself, and there's no building for them to be in either. We can use those big arch thingies to help with sneaking, but there's basically a bandit for every reasonable angle of approach. And if we're caught by one, we're caught by all of them. So we can't just sneak around them like we did the bandits in the tower? No. Or at the very least, we get ourselves surrounded just by taking out one guy. How fast can everyone here run? I assume Monica will probably be the quickest out of all of us. You'd probably be right. I usually just walk around the gym during PE. Yuri would be the type of girl to just walk around the gym during PE. I'd probably be able to run faster if I could feel any of my limbs. I think I'm pretty good at running. Even if you're running upstairs. Okay. I'm gonna run up those stairs and try to get their attention. When I do, you four should quietly make your way to the door to the barrow just up the stairs. Once you've arrived, Monica ready an arrow. I'll try to make my way back to you guys once you've made it to the door, so Monica will provide me covering fire. The doors are really big, so they might be heavy. When I get close, the other three are going to shove that door open as hard as you can. Once we're all inside, we slam that door shut. There'll be two more bandits inside, but they'll be easier to deal with. Does everyone know what we're doing? But what if you get hurt, my dude? Then you'll heal me, Sayori. But what if you die? My plan isn't exactly safe. I won't. Before anyone gets the chance to point out any other problems with my plan, I start heading up the stairs. Hey, over here! A couple of arrows whiz past my head. Got some gameplay. Ah, crap, I suck. As I run, I notice a bandit right next to me with his axe raised. Down, left, up, crap, right, down, left, up, right, down, I see a dagger come just into view. Oh man. It's always that one that gets you, the diagonal bottom right one. Using as little time as possible, I glance toward the door, seeing that the girl has vented up to the door. With my cue to leave, I start running up those stairs. Mace! You probably want to go to the left here for this attack, because if you go to the right, you're probably going to get hit. And how do I know that? I just do. The girls give that door the meanest shove they can. I'm pretty sure I could hear Monica give them a 3 count. The door gives into their combined efforts, making a loud lurching sound as the decrepit metal gives way to their elbow grease. Now slam it shut. All 5 of us turn around, closing the door behind us. Who's there? Natsuki and Sayori, make sure that door stays closed. Yuri and Monica, we jump them. The 3 of us charge into battle against the bandits, trusting Natsuki and Sayori to keep that door closed. Somehow. Of the 2 bandits, one appears to be a mage. Not wanting to let that nonsense stick around for too long, I focus my efforts on her. Oh boy. Bandit's hands become rigid. Tanner remains curled while the right one becomes hot. After taking care of the mage, I look to see that Yuri and Monica have successfully taken care of the other one. I whip my head around at the sound of banging on the door, while Sayori and Natsuki appear to be recoiling from some sort of impact. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going on. Monica and Yuri were helping keep the door shut. The 3 of us join Sayori and Natsuki's efforts. With all 5 of us providing resistance, the bandits outside seem to give up after just under a minute of banging on the door. Alright, immediate problems dealt with. I slump down, back against the door. I guess the adrenaline finally wore off. Ugh. My dude, are you... Oh no! Sayori rushes to my side, laying her glowy yellowed hands on me. My dude, are you feeling better? Ooh boy. Sayori, you mind helping me get to that fire over there? Of course, my dude. The 5 of us make our way to the campfire. Natsuki, of course, gets really close to it and starts furiously rubbing her hands together. Yuri and Monica take a seat on the chest that's nearby. Sayori helps me lay down on one of the nearby bedrolls. We're in. I think we'll just rest here for a bit. No one seems to have any arguments with the next step of my master plan. Good. I'd be really grouchy if they did. My dude, are you crazy? Could have died. We could have died. I appreciate you being more concerned about my death than yours. Well, yeah. It was risky, probably stupid, but it's the best I could come up with under the circumstances. Natsuki, it isn't like my dude's plan was actively suicidal. Besides, it all worked out in the end. Yeah, but my dude got hurt. Ah, you like him? That's cute, Natsuki. What? No! In here, I thought we were friends. Shut up! It would be bad if you got hurt because you know about this place, that's all. So I'm just a tour guide now. Harsh. No, you're not just a... whatever. Anyway, are you feeling warmer yet, Natsuki? Huh? Oh, yeah, this fire's doing its job. Alright, well, I feel ready to get going further in. Yuri gets up from the chest, while Sayori gets up from the other bedroll that she was sitting on. My dude, would this chest have anything in it worth taking? Probably some symptoms and lockpicks. That reminds me, new ground rule for everybody. Being a loot goblin is not only acceptable, it is encouraged. If you're fine with the weight of taking it, you can grab anything that isn't nailed down. Although some chests might be booby-trapped. How would we be able to tell? Honestly, trapped chests aren't very subtle. There'll probably be some little rope mechanism attached to it or weird openings nearby that have spikes hiding within. Anyway, let's loot that chest and get going. Sure enough, my predictions come true! The chest has a couple of lockpicks and 7 septums. With our newfound treasure, we move on. Achoo! It is pretty dusty in here. My dude, the atmosphere here is very... oppressive. And I'm with you. Hopefully we get used to it sooner rather than later. I extended an arm to my side and put a finger to my lips, trying to get everyone to stop and be quiet. What are we stopping for? I crouch down and point to the room ahead. When everyone notices the bandit standing by the lever at the center of that room, they join in my lowered posture. What should we do, my dude? There's only one of them, right? What's the matter? We don't need to do anything. We can just watch. Just watch. Watch what? I give Natsuki a pouty squint, in an attempt to convey that all will be revealed in the fullness of time. It's a dumb line. Sure enough, what I expect to happen does. The bandit walks toward the lever, and pulls it, and gets riddled full of poisoned darts, and keels over dead. Knowing the danger is over, I stand back up. The rest of the girls shortly follow suit. They're acting just like in-game followers! My dude, how did you know that would happen? Which part? The bandit pulling the lever or the darts? Yes? Well, first of all, that bandit pulling the lever is a scripted sequence in the original game. The player can interrupt it, but if they don't, that bandit will always pull that lever and die like an idiot. Second of all, the reason why poison darts shot out when he pulled the lever? That's because the bandit didn't have the right combination. The right combination? Yeah, you see those obelisk stone thingies toward the left? I point towards Skyrim's notorious spinning puzzle rocks. If those rocks were in the right combination, the gate would have opened instead. Well, how do we figure out the combination? It's infuriatingly easy. I point toward the murals above the gate. The first one has a picture of a snake. There should be a second one there, but it fell to the floor over there. It also has a picture of a snake. Finally, the last one has a picture of a... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a whale, but I've always called it a dolphin. Anyway, so the combination we need to the rocks to show is snake, snake, dolphin. And how are we supposed to make the rocks show this correct combination? We spin them. I walk over to the spinning rocks and try to twist them into position. I don't really know how to do that since in the game you just interact with them to make them spin. I try placing my hands along the edges and twisting them around from there. Surprisingly, a mechanism responds to my motion, completing the turn for me. Once all the correct phases are showing, I make my way to the lever. I notice the girls deliberately take a step away from me. I guess they'd rather not take even the slightest chance of getting hit with some poison, even if I know what I'm doing. Sure enough, when I pull the lever, the gate opens and no poison darts get flung. At this, the girls get closer again. Yuri crouches down next to the body of the dead bandit. Yuri, what are you doing? Looting. I thought you said we were supposed to take anything that wasn't nailed down. So I figured I'd see if the bandit had anything worth taking. You know what? You do your thing, Yuri. Yuri ruffles through the bandit's stuff for a bit. She comes out with the experience 4 septims richer. Other than the bandits in that one trap, this place hasn't been too dangerous. Don't jinx it, Monica. You haven't met with the Draugr yet. Or that. Huh? That? The giant frostbite spider. The girls follow my eyes, up toward the webbed hole in the ceiling. It seems they noticed it. What you gonna do, my dude? My dude? Hey, I was just teasing, you don't... From the corner of my eye, I can see that Natsuki is still trying to talk to me, even if I can't hear her anymore. The girls seem to be having a conversation. I, however, just stare at the thing up in the ceiling, thinking the same thought over and over again in hopes of manifesting it into reality. Stay up there, 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 stay up there. My dude, are you okay? After I shared my Annie Loves Spiders poem, he did say that he was scared of spiders. I didn't think it'd be this bad, though. Monica waves a hand in front of my dude's face. He doesn't seem to react at all. I don't think my dude's gonna help us with that spider. What do you think we should do, Monica? What do you think? What do I think? I think, I'll help you fight him without him. Alright. We're gonna take on that thing without my dude. Do you really think we can? We don't have a choice, so we will. Natsuki, since you actually have armor, you're gonna take it head on with me. Seriously? What? Don't tell me you're scared of spiders, too. We only get one, you know. Yeah, you're trying to piss me off, aren't you? What? No! But if I am pissing you off, you should take that anger out on it, yeah? Natsuki scoffs. Yuri, you use that magic dagger of yours to stab for the side while we're distracting it. I got this. I got this. Do it for my dude. Do it for my dude. Sayori, you hang back and make sure my dude is okay. No, we'll need your help fighting this thing too. Okay. Okay, everyone. We are murdering the spider. The gang squares off with the spider. The Dokis are now supporting you with their skills. You can fire an ability selected with X during an enemy turn when the compass bar is full. Sayori's ability will heal you, and Monika's will fire an arrow at the enemy for major damage. Yuri's ability will summon a swarm of bound daggers that will cause damage over a period of time, even while you use other skills. Natsuki's ability will provide a temporary shield that can take some hits for you, but cannot protect you against piercing attacks. Alright. Some scary Yuri magic going on. Very scary. Very funky spider. So yeah, the thing about abilities is you can only use them during an enemy turn. Even if the compass bar is full. And he's dead. Take that, you eight-legged punk. You don't need to worry anymore, my dude. We took care of that big mean spider for you. What? Sure enough, the giant frostbite spider lies dead. Which is still freaky, but certainly more manageable. Sorry. It's okay, my dude. There are just some things that a person cannot do. And that's okay. Besides, you've been doing a great job keeping us safe so far, so it's only right that we return the favor. Come on, my dude. We took care of that big bad spider. What's next? Right. Well, what's next is Arville. The four of us make our way to the exit, which just so happens to have a dark elf webbed up in the way. You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down. Nope. What do you mean, no? Because when we cut you down, you'll just run away. Is that really a bad thing, my dude? No. Why would I run away? I would thank you. Yeah, right. Or maybe you would run away claiming that the claw is yours, and that it wouldn't make sense to share it with anybody. Or is that wrong, Mr. Swift? Look, just cut me down and I'll... Where are you keeping it? Huh? Which pocket is the claw in? The claw? As if I would tell you. Oh? Why are you so worried about me knowing the claw's whereabouts? Worried I'll take it? I thought so. But look, in case you haven't noticed, you are completely restrained, and there are 5 of us, and we're armed. You can see where this is going, right? Ugh. You're gonna stay silent? You want me to spell it out for everyone here? Whatever, you have 2 choices. You hand over the claw, we cut you down, and you get to leave this place with your life. Or you don't hand over the claw, and we leave you here tied up. Your choice. My dude, would it really be okay to leave him here? We stare him down for about a minute. Alright, bye. Enjoy starving to death. I turn around and start heading in the direction we came. Wait. I look back to Arville, but let him continue. It's in my back pocket. Ah, I see. I make my way to the webbed Arville and slice my way towards his back pocket, deliberately leaving his limbs restrained. With a path excavated, I dig through his pockets and find the claw, which I successfully take from Arville. Alright, I'm cutting you down now. Remember, you are heavily outnumbered and outarmed before you get any bright ideas. I slice Arville down. He looks at me with fury in his eyes, but he runs away toward the entrance of the barrow. Huh. Honestly, I kind of expected him to put up some sort of fight like an idiot. The characters in the actual game have a very poor sense of self-preservation, especially when it comes to fighting literal legends. Anyway, let's get moving. My dude? Yeah? What's so important about that gold claw that you had to threaten that man? Well, we're gonna need to get the Dragonstone. Besides, the claw wasn't Arville's to begin with. I'm pretty sure it belongs here, as a cultural artifact if you want to be anal about it. But Arville stole it from a shop in Riverwood before coming here. Are we going to give it back once we're done with it? I think there's like 100 symptoms involved with that, so yes. We delve ever deeper into the barrow. Hold up. What's up, my dude? You see that protruding patterned stone over there? Yeah? Don't step on that. It'll make a spiked wall slam into you, which will probably hurt. Well, alright then, That's not all. We finally reached the Draugr. The zombie thingies? The very same. So, my dude? What is it, Yuri? What are Draugr really? Long, long ago, thousands of years ago. I'm pretty sure it was the Merethic era, or was it before? Anyway, in those ancient times, the dragons ruled Skyrim. And also at Mora, I think, but that's a whole other thing. So obviously the dragons basically had humanity enslaved. Some people weren't fans of that, but others were willing to work alongside the dragons in exchange for having power over their fellows. So these loyal individuals were part of a dragon cult, which worshipped and served the dragons. Now, the dragons did give something resembling boons to these faithful. The dragon priests, who were basically the closest a human could get to being on par with a dragon in terms of social strata, they had incredible magical power and often ruled the people on behalf of the dragon overlords. Now, the dragons are immortal beings. They can only be killed by another dragon or a dragonborn, remember? Which meant that their servants would inevitably die and be unable to serve their masters anymore. In response, the dragons used their powers to curse their followers with undeath. These undead followers are now known as the Draugr, who speak the dragon language and attack anyone who would disturb their tombs. Are you done? All of the Draugr in the room begin stirring. I'm very upset. Natsuki, sweetie, if you really wanted me to stop, you should have just said so. Well, you decided to... No, we're not doing this right now, you idiot. What we are doing is booking it. Watch your step. Following my lead, the other four start running. Luckily, the Draugr take a lot of time to wake up, so we were able to get some distance. Ah! Yuri! Oh, you gotta be... Screw it. I turn around to go pick up Yuri. Monica, you keep leading the other two. Watch out for the swinging axes from the wall. Alright, my dude. I managed to get Yuri on her feet, but by then, the Draugr have already closed the distance to us. An ancient Nordic axe swings past my face. A stronger Draugr blasts some frost at us. We managed to escape the Draugr. My dude, Yuri, are you okay? Obviously not. Sayori heals me, Yuri and me. Thanks for coming back for me, my dude. No greater romantic gesture than to... Well, duh, no man or woman left behind. Natsuki can't seem to look me in the eyes. 2 outbursts in one day. Just great. It's not like I don't understand her frustration, I really do. It's just that... Gah! No one else has this problem. Why do you have to be like this, Natsuki? I should beat your flat scrawny... That's horrible. Friggin' intrusive thoughts. We're taking a break. That's probably for the best, my dude. And hey, we get to enjoy the nice, relaxing sounds of a waterfall while we rest. Isn't that nice? Hey, you're right. It sounds kind of like the stuff I listen to that helps me sleep at night. You have trouble sleeping at night, Sayori? Maybe just a little. I plop my butt down on a comfy looking rock. Now, speaking of sleep, we should probably figure that out. Even though the Skyrim housing market is better than our own, it's not like they come cheap. The cheapest one is Breeze Home and Right Rent for 5,000 septims, so around 10 times the money we currently have. Yeah. Money doesn't come as easy in the early game, but even if we did buy Breeze Home, it probably wouldn't be big enough for the 5 of us. Especially when you first purchase it without any additional customizations. What about inns? How expensive are those? Well, there's a bunch of inns around Skyrim, and every single one of them has a price of 10 septims to rent a room for a day. So the economics are certainly better, but it's not a permanent solution. Besides, I'm pretty sure that most inns might not have enough for all of us to have our own room. That's fine, we can share. What? It'll be like a big sleepover. Sayori, you know that we're adults now, right? Adults can't have sleepovers? I'm pretty sure those are just crocodile tears. Wait, what's up with Yuri? I mean, adults can have sleepovers, but men and women shouldn't because, you know... I guess you're right. But there's nothing stopping us girls from sharing, right? If we split off into pairs, then we would only need to get 3 rooms. Would that work? For most inns, probably. Well, that's sort of no, I guess. Natsuki had drifted to a corner of the room while we were talking. He lays around for about an hour. I think. It's not like any of us have a watch. I get up from my rock. Alright, we should probably get moving again. My dude, friend, bestest buddy of mine. You hungry? Yeah. Wait, how'd you know? Other than you always being down for a snack? I can think of a few other things you would ask for with so many appeals to the depth of our friendship. Huh. You want some cabbage to spin in a bag for a few hours? Because that's what I got. We should have talked about snacks before we left. Too late to worry about that now. You want the cabbage or no? Fine. I'll take some stupid cabbage. I tear off some of the leaves of my cabbage and give them to Sayori. Huh. I kinda thought it'd be all wrinkly and stale by now. But it wasn't that bad. That's nice, Sayori. Can I have some? Even the waterfall seems to go quiet, as the unspoken tension between Natsuki and I comes to the forefront. Yeah, sure. I tear off some more leaves of cabbage and pass them toward Natsuki. Thank you. You're welcome, Natsuki. Sayori goes over and whispers something to Natsuki. Natsuki whispers something back. I'm sorry for yelling at you. What's really going on, Natsuki? Huh? Because no matter how I think about it, what you did makes no sense. I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure Sayori was taking a nap while I was giving my lecture. So it isn't like I was tying you down and torturing you with facts that you don't care about. And like, I was just trying to answer Yuri's question, yeah? Was it offensive or something? I don't think you unconditionally hate any and all forms of world building. So what's really going on? This place friggin' sucks. The air smells funky, there's no windows, and everything's trying to kill me. It's okay, you can let it all out. But worst of all, we're just here for some dumb rock. I just want to go home. Yeah, I gotcha. I want to go home too. I'm pretty sure we all do. But could you please stop lashing out at me? Ignoring the part where it almost gets us killed, it kind of makes me feel like crap. Yeah. Alright. Well, I forgive you. Let's get going, fellas. Well, hey! Here's some of that natural lighting you were complaining about. Yeah, but it's too cold over here. Natsuki. Yeah? You stink. I don't stink. Nope, you stink. Smell even. Back me up here, guys. I don't stink. Do I really? I'm pretty sure my dude's just messing with you. Right, my dude? Well, duh. Besides, if by some off chance you did stink, that would be easily explained by, you know, all the physical activity that comes with dungeon diving. Shut up, my dude. Yeah, whatever. We've come across the door that leads to what would have been the load zone to enter the sanctum. As expected, a restless jogger blocks our path. My dude? You don't even need to ask. We're jumping this fool. Yep. The little grabby hands. Very silly stuff. Alright, jog her down. That was kind of easy. Why are we so worried about those guys anyway? Natsuki, did you forget the part where there was one of him and 5 of us? That generally makes fights easier, strength in numbers and all that. Yeah, but the spider was harder. Never mind. Thank you for your restraint. Whatever.